Dr. Jasser joins us now, American Islamic Forum for a Democracy. Doctor, there were clearly, like in many of these other cases, warning signs. Travel to and from certain areas, the whole 9 yards. Now, it's easy to sort of do the Monday quarterback thing, so I'll try to avoid that. But there are a lot of things we did miss. Why do we keep missing this sort of stuff?
Well, Neil, we keep missing it because the axis of Homeland Security, the axis of the public conversation is about violent extremism. We keep waiting for them to commit or think about an act of violence, and many of these folks are theocrats, they're Islamists, they're not going to commit or think about an act until a few hours before they do it. So we need to shift the axis, which I hope will happen now with the Trump administration, from countering violent extremism, which is a whack-a-mole program, to countering violent Islamism. And just as in the Cold War, we didn't just fight the Soviets, we were in a Cold War against communism. The ism today is Islamism, political Islam, jihadism, these commonalities that we keep seeing, like, oh my gosh, what a surprise, Awlaki's on his website, grievances are on his website about not being able to pray, Islamophobia. All of these are precursors of radicalization that we continue, because of political correctness, because of fear-mongering, whatever it is, we continue to ignore.
But you know, Zodi, the one thing I found interesting is that once again has brought up a controversial tenet, certainly of Donald Trump's when he was running for president, this idea of vetting Muslims, extreme vetting of even dangerous Muslims. I don't know how one would distinguish. I think he has dialed back the idea of holding off on any Muslim trying to enter this country. But what do you think extreme vetting should be? And who should be vetted?
Well, what I heard him say was vetting everyone who's coming from cauldrons of jihadism, be it Syria, Pakistan, Somalia, Egypt, wherever it may be. Yes, most of those are Muslim majority countries, but it's not just Muslims. Anyone who bears ideologies that are anti-American, conspiratorial.
But what if you're coming from Paris and you've been living in Paris for a long time, and we know that such elements are there? In other words, how far does that go?
Well, you know, allowing people in, America is an idea, it's not just a land. You need to embrace, not only say that you're not against us, but embrace the ideology of Americanism and also reject the Islamic State and theocracy or theocratization of Islam, if you will, or the Sharia state. So there's ways to vet those ideas, just as in the Cold War we vetted against communist adherence, etc. And then domestically, for those who are already citizens, we need to be not taking away their rights, but monitoring sermons and other things that can be anti-American, conspiratorial, and be cauldrons. I mean, the Somali community, God bless them, the majority are pro-American, but in Minnesota, there have been a cauldron of 40 to 50 jihadists that have gone to fight abroad, and there's a problem there that many grievance groups are preventing us from addressing, both in immigrant vetting and domestically.
Zodi, always a pleasure having you. Thank you, Dr. Jasser, the American Islamic Forum for Democracy.